Hey, today in your Kiss from Kristin, we are going to talk about a pillar from my Total You transformation system. This pillar is insulin resistance, and I don't think this gets near enough airtime. I'm Kristin Wood, your favorite body wellness coach, and I work with women who know they need to make a shift in their health. They know that they're standing in line for the next chronic disease, and they don't want that. They're ready to find the right system, the right support, and the right accountability so that they finally get the transformation they've been looking for. And we talk about insulin resistance because there's this thing called health span and lifespan. And right now, it's about an average of 20 years is what this gap is. I don't want to have 20 years of life that I have no health. I'm not willing to accept this 20-year gap. I want to shrink that. And I want to do that for me, and I want you to do that for you. We do that by addressing this piece that's in the middle, the insulin resistance. How do you feel about your insulin? Is it something you think about often? You might be saying, well, I'm not diabetic, Kristin. I don't have an insulin problem. Well, I beg to differ. If you are getting your diet out of a bag, a box, a fast food restaurant, you've got an insulin resistance issue. If you've been trying to lose weight and you're doing all the things and the scale just isn't moving, you've got an insulin resistance problem. This is what needs to be addressed. You may think, okay, I'm eating sugar-free. I'm addressing my sugar and I'm eating sugar-free. You're still probably having sugar substitutes. And the thing is, your body doesn't know the difference between a sugar substitute and the real thing. It still is going to react in the same way. You're still going to have an insulin, it's going to come into play and have to go to work, whether it's fake sugar or real sugar. And the thing we want to do, yes, you want to look at calories somewhat, but the thing we have to do is monitor the reactions that our body is having and get those reactions in check. We don't want this constant insulin swing. So it's not just getting rid of real sugar, it's also looking at the fake sugar. I don't know a lot of people who make the shift to just have diet soda and the weight starts falling off. Yes, they've saved calories, but the reaction in their body is still the same. And that's what we got to look at. So we do that in my Total You transformation system. We look at insulin resistance right off the bat. We talk about what you're going to do to reset it, what kind of support you need to do that, how you feel about it, how it can be modified so that you can show up and do it, how you baby step into it. But it is something that we do look at addressing. Overall, if you're just like, well, what do I do? How do I even start looking at that? Eliminating or at least drastically reducing the sugars and the refined starches is an excellent place to start. It's really not that easy to do. I get that. We have sugar addictions we're fighting, and the sugar addictions isn't just for sugar, it's also for carbs. And that is a tough thing to fight, but there are ways to take back control of your gut and that, that big buildup in your gut that is driving your brain that you need the sugar. There's ways to address that. And when we're thinking of diet, so many times we think, well, I can't have this, I can't have that. And I really want to encourage you to not think so much about, that you have to have less food, but what if you just could make a change by making better choices? Still in the same quantity, but in better choices. And that's where we've got to shift if we want to address our insulin resistance and we want to shift our health and we want to close that gap between our health span and our lifespan. let me know if you've got questions. Reach out to me. I'd be glad to have a conversation with you around this. You can always find out what I've got going on for free offers and paid offers at kristinwwellness.com/links. I'll update that, keep that current with what's going on. How can you get into my world? I hope you got some value out of this, and I'll see you next week with another Kiss from Kristin. Bye-bye.